What's going on, everyone? I am ND Sean 45.
I'm Irish Benjamin 57.
And together, the two of us make up this little thing called the Two Irish Brothers Show. Now, first things first, if you haven't hit that subscribe tab, make sure you go ahead and hit that and hit either the like or the dislike button. Because apparently, I guess from finding out videos I've watched recently, that helps with the algorithm. So do all that for us. We really would appreciate it. So first things first, Ben, what happened last night?
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
For those of you who don't get what I'm talking about, in a shocker, and I'm even shocked myself, the Houston Gamblers upset the Ben's undefeated Birmingham Stallions. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. But here's the thing. The Gamblers have only won 2 games, but yet, Ben, I am undefeated against you in bets.
Yep.
And a couple of those you have to pay off yet, but we'll get to that. You will be Papa Smurf eventually, and the third one I got to think of. But I have thought of one for the big bet between the Gamblers and the Stallions. Here is your punishment for that. Since the Gamblers beat the Stallions, here's what you have to do. But this won't happen until I come down there to visit you next. So, since the Stallions lost to the Gamblers, you have to get your chest waxed. Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, you got to get your chest waxed, stomach included. And now, I will say this. I will say this. You have a choice. You have a choice, Ben, and be thankful that I'm giving you a choice. Either we go and get it done at a salon, or when I come down there, I get to do that. I get to wax it using this. So what's your choice?
Wait, show that again. What is it?
Duct tape.
Oh, God.
So what's your choice? You get it done at a salon where you're less tortured, or you're extremely tortured with me and duct tape. So that's your choice.
I think the more entertaining one would be you, but
you would really let me put duct tape on you and rip it off. You would really want me to do that. I'd pull slow, you know.
Oh, I bet you would.
All right, it's your choice. Either salon, where they use that charcoal stuff, I'm pretty sure they do, or me with the duct tape. So take your pick.
Oh, man.
And plus, think about it. The salon one, you have to pay for it. That'd probably be like a $40 or $50 job.
I think we'll make you do it.
All right.
Just so you have to suffer too.
Why would I have to suffer? I'm the one yanking the tape off. I'm not going to suffer. All right. Well, we got it then. That's your punishment for this one. So let's get into this week's action of USFL football. So for starters, there's still a game that has to go on yet, the Stars and the Maulers, but Philadelphia has locked up that second seed in the North Division. But as we are doing this video right now, they're within the 2-minute warning, and it looks like the New Orleans Breakers are going to wrap up the South Division by on the verge of beating the Tampa Bay Bandits 17-6 right now. So it looks like the playoffs for the USFL are going to be set. The Stallions and the Breakers in the South, and the Generals and the Stars in the North. So I think that's a pretty good playoff matchup for pretty good playoffs for the reboot of the USFL in its first year. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what's going to be interesting is seeing, I guess, some rematches in the playoffs. So, but we will see. We will see. So,
yeah, I think the Breakers and the Stallions will be a pretty good matchup because the Breakers have really come on as of late. And then I think the Stars and the Generals will be a good matchup too, because those are two teams that are very high-powered offenses, especially with how Philadelphia has been breaking out recently. But just rehashing the action that has gone down so far. And again, we're, 2 games have been completed. New Orleans and Tampa are within the 2-minute warning. So let's go over the first game of the weekend. The New Jersey Generals hold off, and that's surprising that I say that, hold off the Michigan Panthers 25-23. I watched a little bit of that game, had other things going on Friday night, but Michigan was making a run at it, man.
Yeah, they sure were. And they just, I don't know, man. They just continue to struggle, if that's the right word. So,
yeah. Well, I think next season, you get some new players in there, you draft some new ones, and this sounds like a league that could change on a year-to-year basis. That's for sure. So the second game is the one we were just talking about to start the video. The Houston Gamblers pull off the upset and beat the Birmingham Stallions by the final score of 17-15. Now, this one, for the most part, was a defensive battle, and it took every bit that the Houston Gamblers had in this one. From what I saw in the highlights, anyway, this is a game that I wasn't able to watch, unfortunately. And also, I think I said incorrectly. I think I said that the Generals and Panthers were on Friday. No, they were yesterday. And the Gamblers and the Stallions were the quote unquote nightcap. But yeah, this was just a defensive battle all the way. Not an extreme ton of offense. It was just a matter of who had the ball last. And you got to give the Gamblers credit, Ben. They wanted this one bad. You could tell, and they got the job done.
That is exactly right. They wanted it bad, and they got it done. And it showed on the field. It showed on the field. There were times where you could just tell that they were a team possessed, if you will, and they wanted it.
And I was going to save this for my players of the week, but Kenji Bahar, quarterback for the Gamblers, standing in for Clayton Thorson, he stepped up and had a real nice game in this one, which I think that was the difference. And not to mention the Gamblers' defense, which really has been good all season. So,
yeah,
You don't want to talk about this game too much, do you?
I knew that Birmingham would lose to a team like the Gamblers. I knew it. I knew that first loss wouldn't come from, another team that's, right up there. I knew it was going to be a lower level team for this season. I knew it was going to be like Michigan or somebody would get them.
That's usually how it is, isn't it?
So anyway, yeah, no, it is. I mean, it is what it is, but still disappointing nonetheless. It would have been cool to see an undefeated season, but
you're still going to the playoffs. Nothing to complain about,
right? So,
yeah. And speaking of playoffs, it is just breaking news. It has just become official at the time of filming this video. The New Orleans Breakers have finished off the Tampa Bay Bandits, and they go 6-3. So New Orleans has wrapped up that second spot in the South Division. So the playoffs are set. Next week is just have a good feeling we're just going to see some, getting some backup, some reps, and so yeah, the matchups in Canton are officially set. The Breakers and the Stallions for the South Division, and the North Division, the Generals and the Philadelphia Stars. 2 great matchups to look forward to. Well, now, Ben, it's on to our players of the week for the games that have completed. And so here's who I have for my players of the week this week. From the Michigan Panthers, receiver Joe Walker, 7 receptions, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. From the Gamblers, we have linebacker Donald Payne, 12 tackles, 1 of them for loss, 1 pass deflection. And then also from the Gamblers, Kenji Bahar, 16-24, 164 yards, 1 touchdown, and a quarterback rating of 100 on the dot. So like I said, big difference maker in that game alone was Kenji Bahar. From the Stallions, we have your guy, quarterback Jamar Smith, 20-41, 260 yards, 1 touchdown. He did have the 1 interception, but still not a bad day at the ballpark for him. From the New Jersey Generals, we have wide receiver Darius Shepard, 8 receptions, 99 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then I was going to put this as an honorable mention, but since the game just completed, I can say this. From the Tampa Bay Bandits, we have our guy, quarterback Jordan Teamu. He had 288 yards passing, 1 touchdown, but 2 interceptions. That's the only negative mark on his stats. And then he also had 86 yards on the ground. And I don't have any Stars or Maulers players on there because that game is going to get underway in a little bit. So
yeah, and my player of the week was Jordan Ta'amu. So there you go. You took the words right out of my mouth. He went 22 for 39 with a 56.4 completion percentage and a QBR of 67, which isn't fantastic, but the 288 yards passing and the 86 yards rushing really makes a difference. So
yeah,
there you go.
Well, all I know is one more week to go. Then we hit the playoffs, and the playoffs should definitely be a lot of fun. I will actually be in Indiana the weekend of the championship game, but I'm sure we'll be able to find some time to actually probably the next day on July 4th to cover the championship game. So yeah, Ben, I think that's all we really have for this video. Is there anything that you would like to add real quick?
I got nothing.
All right, everyone. So for that, I am ND Sean 45.
I'm Irish Benjamin 57.
And as we always say, God bless, good night, and go Gamblers, baby. Aces high.
Go Stallions. Giddy up.